I'd like to start by introducing to Jeroen. Jeroen is 11 years old. He's autistic. He lives in Hilversum, and he's never in his life been to school. He's homebound and isolated. And for the first time in September, he started going to school. He started going to school using a WebChair. He's going into school using telepresence technology. And he's gone from a child who's a year ago had no goals, who thought he was going to be isolated and alone his whole life. And now Jeroen tells us his goal is he wants to become the director of the school. He's gone from being a child who has no goals to a child who wants to become the director. And I think this is an amazing thing. The WebChair is a technology that I've been working on for 20 years. I've linked thousands of children who are homebound because of illness or mental disabilities, come back into school virtually. I started this when I was a researcher at the McLuhan program, Culture and Technology at the University of Toronto in the 1990s. And it was a place where McLuhan started looking at how media affects culture. And this is what I was researching. And we tried having a robot at first in the classroom to link these kids, but we found that teachers were like, no, we don't want a robot, we want the child in the classroom. And in that 20 years, I've linked up, like I say, over 2,000 children in 7 countries using this kind of technology. And the research we looked at was, we thought that at first the children might become addicted to this kind of isolation, or that their academic performance would degrade, they wouldn't make friends, things like this. But we found the exact opposite. We've been working with Stanford Medical Center, University of Eindhoven, the Ver School in Nunspeet here, with Martina Delfos, one of the world's leading experts on autism in Utrecht. And thanks to foundations like the KPN's Class Contact, who's helped us put in over 300 WebChairs into the Netherlands, we found that the exact opposite is true. That the children make better friends. They want to go back to school. Their academic performance goes up instead of down. The children in class develop a sense of empathy for what happens to their classmate during this time period. And they say, no, that's not the WebChair. That's my friend Jorrit, or that's my friend Susie, or whoever. They totally understand what it is then, because they see them every day. And the kids then want to go back into class. And now what we're finding is, with autism, it's about being totally oversensitized. A child who's autistic in class, they're not only trying to listen to the teacher, but they're listening to their friends, they're looking outside, they're listening to the fan, and they become oversensitized. This kind of technology allows them to focus. They can use the camera and pan and tilt and zoom. There's very high quality audio. People say, well, it's just like Skype on a stick. Well, no. These kids actually have control of the camera. They can zoom into the blackboard. They can listen to their friends when they want to. And it has a remarkable impact on their lives. These kids, you know, isolation is a disease. And there's over 2 million children in the world who have this kind of affliction, who are homebound, who are isolated and alone. You know, children are the future of our societies. And these kids are being disadvantaged. They're being not given the chance that all of us have normally. And the goal is to expand this program. You know, most units we have deployed are here in the Netherlands. We'd like to expand that globally. You know, it's going from isolation to integration. That's what telecommunications technology can do for society. It can bring these children back into class and give them a future. Again, children are the future of our societies, and they deserve the right to have this kind of education. You know, I've seen such incredible things. I saw one autistic child who never said anything in his life. He got sick with cancer. He had to come into class using this kind of technology. Suddenly he was waving his hand, asking questions. The teacher couldn't understand. He was like, who are you, his twin brother or something? He phoned his psychologist. His psychologist said, no, that's impossible. And the teacher said, well, get over here, because this is what's happening. And this is the kind of capability that telecommunications technology can have for society. It's a healing technology. And one child isolated is one child too many. And that's our goal, is to help all of these 2 million kids who are isolated and alone to integrate back into society and have a future just like Jeroen. So they can all want to become the director. Thank you very much.